In Texas, are there protections for an accused for those types of things?
There used to be. The general rule is if you're saying that this guy did this thing on this date, you can't throw in a whole bunch of evidence about how he did similar things on past occasions. So if he did it then, he must have done it now. The glaring exception now under Texas law is in sexual assault cases. They are allowed to offer what we call propensity evidence to show, well, he's done it before, so he must have done it this time, right? And I think it's a huge problem.
Now in propensity evidence, are you talking about like 404B evidence that is specifically tailored to sexual assault cases for all sexual assault cases, or are you talking about propensity evidence in terms of indecency by contact cases and stuff like that?
I think he's talking about, there's certain things, I think he's talking tailored, you're right.
Yeah, the Code of Criminal Procedure has, within the last 8 or 10 years, been amended to specifically allow evidence of prior similar acts that never in a million years would have been admissible prior to that law coming into effect to statutorily override 404B.
Is it the Code of Criminal Procedure, or is it the rules of evidence that we're talking about?
The Code of Criminal Procedure has been amended to override the pre-existing rules of evidence. Because the rules of evidence, 404B, has always been, with very, very few exceptions, you cannot offer evidence of prior similar bad acts in order to help convince the jury that this guy did it again. But in sexual assault cases, and now that I say that, it may be limited to sexual assault of a child, but I think it's sexual assault cases. The Code of Criminal Procedure has been amended to override the rule of evidence and allow the prosecution to offer prior similar conduct in order to convince a jury, in order to help convince a jury that that's what happened in this particular case.
I also happen to know that it's in indecency cases too. Not just if you have an allegation of indecency in one county, they can bring it up in a trial in the other, even though no charges have even been brought
Exactly.
up.
Wow.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
It's horrible.
This is where we're going.